I just need to say thank you for having me here. Like, I'm here, I'm not here as a father figure, I'm not here as a teacher or preacher, I'm here as your equal. Because I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, I'm going to tell you the tools that I received in the process, and where I'm at right now. I have 30 minutes to do this, so I'm going to just briefly tell you a little bit about me. It all started, I know you watched The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and talked about having his life turned upside down. Well, I'm going to tell you how my life got turned around. Like for real. My story is the same as yours. I'm not better than you. I'm not no bigger than anybody. Like my story was drugs. My story was being a player and a pimp until at the end I got played and pimped, right? My story was eating out of dumpsters, sleeping behind dumpsters, right? My story was, at the end, going to Delaney Hall for 13 months, right? $50,000, over $50,000 bail, no 10%, 3 co-defendants that didn't belong to me, right? So like, check this out. Your story may not be drugs, but I'm going to get around to that. My story was simply, right, not having the will to do something, right? But what I did was, when I got locked up, right, I didn't let the time do me, I did the time. Right, I went there and I got some tools, right? Because at the end of the road, right, I got picked up off the sidewalk. When the cop picked me up off the sidewalk, I knew I was done. I had 6 bags of dope in my pocket. I gave it to him. I didn't let him check me because I knew I was finished. I couldn't do it no more, right? I was a bum. I was a derelict. I was 107 pounds soaking wet with a brick in my pocket, right? I went to jail with no teeth in my mouth, chewing impossible, right? And I need to tell you, right, that it was the best thing that happened to me. I didn't get arrested, I got rescued. A lot of your stories are the same as mine. Like, you may not be drugs, but it's the lifestyle. Because I found out that the drugs don't kill you, the lifestyle definitely will. Right? But in the interim of all that, right, going to Delaney Hall was the best thing could have happened to me, was because I learned some things going to Delaney Hall. I got some tools, right? And in getting them tools, what I learned was, like, everybody don't have my best interest at heart. Only I can have my best interest at heart. If I'm not going to do anything different, I'm not going to get nothing different. If I continue to come back out here and do what I thought I was going to be able to get away with, it wasn't going to happen that way. Like I said, I was a total bum. I was a derelict. I had no direction whatsoever. And I need to share with y'all, right, that April 26th of this year, I just celebrated 3 years clean from active addiction. So anything is possible. Right? I need to also tell y'all, right, that I don't want to come in here and sugarcoat life for you. Because life is going to close some doors. It's up to you to open them. Like, for real, like, check this out. The lifestyle, right, don't always attribute to selling drugs, right? Sometimes we go through things in life, right, and we just don't seem like there's a way out. But there's always a way out. Because a problem is only a problem when you make it a problem. What I learned is there are situations, right? And a lot of times I felt like blaming other people for my situations, and what I wound up doing was turning my situations into a problem. Like, nobody loved me. My mother wasn't there. My father was black, my mother was white. I didn't know my father. So those was all excuses for me to head into the lifestyle that I led into. But what I found out about excuses are tools of incompetence that build bridges that lead to nowhere. And that's where I wound up, nowhere. But I wound up in Delaney Hall, right? And Delaney Hall, like I said, was the best thing that happened to me because I met some people, I got some information, I utilized the information. I didn't just get it. I got the information, I put it in my pocket, and I used it when I needed to. I've been home 3 years, no additional charges, haven't been stopped by the cops. One time I got stopped by the cops since I've been home, and he didn't even bother to look at my ID. He just looked at me and kept it moving because I just don't play those games today. That's just where I'm at. Like I said, I'm not here to preach or teach. I'm just here to share some experience with y'all and let y'all know that y'all ain't got to continue doing whatever it is that you do. Like, for real, right? At the end of the road, right? At the end of the day, it's all about you and what you do. The choices you make. Because we all have choices today. If you choose to continue to do what you do, see, I don't judge nobody because I've been there. And I know once I judge you, the minute I forget, right? The minute I forget where I come from, there's not a non-smoking section in a crack house. And I need to keep myself vigilant in that area. I need to let y'all know, right, that it wasn't always easy for me, right? And doing this, I need to let y'all know I'm not paid to do this. I do this because I choose to do this. I do this because hopefully I can help somebody else. Because when I was in Delaney, they told me, right, that only 1 out of 50 was going to make it. I didn't buy into it then, and I don't buy into it now. Because anybody can make it, and anybody can get whatever they need to get out of life if they put 1 foot forward and keep it moving. Ain't no, you can't find out where you're going if you keep looking back. And that's for me. The only way for me to get what I need to get is to keep moving ahead. And how I do that is to help somebody else. I reach my hand out, and I'm the same way here. Like if you see me here, you'll see me in the street, and I'm the exact same way. I don't change for nobody. I am who I am. You take me who I am, and if you can't, okay, that's your stuff, but I still love you anyway. Because I learned to tell people I love them today, right? And no homo. I know y'all heard that, no homo. I love people unconditionally, for real, for real. For real, for real. And I'm not ashamed to say that. Because I'm all man. Don't get it twisted. I'm all man. And I handle mine under any circumstances. But today I do it in a different way. I do it in a positive way. See, because I don't fight today. Because I don't have to. Because if I don't put myself in a situation, I can't get screwed. It's just that simple. If I don't put myself in a place, right, where I may not come out alive or clean, I just don't go in that direction. It's real simple for me. As I said, I'm also in recovery, and that's a great thing for me because I get to tell my story. And my story is my story. What works for me may not work for you. If it don't apply, let it fly, but don't be a judge. Because check it out. At the end of the day, the only one that can judge is the God that I serve, because I don't serve man. That's another thing. I don't serve man. I serve a great God. Right? Today I got a spirit, right? And what I do from the heart, or I just don't do it at all. So when I come down here and I talk to y'all, I'm not better than you or you or you. I don't look at y'all as misfits or somebody did something wrong, because guess what? One bad decision and I'm right back in that place. And I never forget that. I keep that up front all the time. The only way for me not to go back is continue doing what I do. When I got out here, it wasn't easy. I had to start from scratch. I had to go through welfare. I'm a product of this very class, job readiness. I'm a product of La Casa. I'm a product of La Casa, and I'm proud to say that. And Ken Goodman was my tutor, and I'm glad to say not only was he my tutor, but today he's a friend and a brother. And today I can reach out to people I met Cookie in this process, right? And me and Cookie only know each other like 3 months. We act like we know each other for years, because that's what it is. The spirit touches the spirit. So don't ever think you worse than anybody else, but I'm going to tell you, you don't ever have to go back to the penitentiaries. You don't never have to go back to the halfway houses. And don't think for 1 minute when y'all get out that there's nothing for you, because where one door closes, another one opens. And as I said, I'm not a preacher and I'm not a teacher. I'm just who I am. And you can accept me or reject me. But whatever it is that you decide to do, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do it from behind the walls. I'd rather you judge me on the outside than judge me from the inside. Because if you're judging me from the inside, then guess what? You need to look in the mirror and stop looking out the window. Because that's what I do. I don't judge nobody, because when I point my finger, I got 3 coming back. So in the last 2 minutes, I'm going to tell you this, right? At the end of my road, right, I need to tell you, right, that I went into a party in 1977 and didn't come back out until 2007, right? But it's okay. I'm out, right? And I'm doing what I need to do as a result of my past. But I'm no longer where I was. It's where I'm going. And I don't have to go back there again by my choice. And y'all all have the same choice if you choose to take the right path. And the right path is whatever you feel the right path is. I can't tell you what the right path is. Only you can decide what the right path for you is. So with that, I'm going to close this segment out, and then I'm going to move on to the next segment.